Welcome, viewer, to another edition of Let's Play Rings of Power. This is the Necromancer city that we last left off on. You may notice that I have a bit more gold and that my food and water meter is full. I'm going to show you a couple things that I realized while doing a little off-screening. This is the general store in the Necromancer town, and generally, in any major city, you're going to go into a general store. There's going to be one general store that's going to look like this. Now, one of these guys is going to be like this guy. He sells the city's item, which is kind of like, it's kind of like the blades that I bought in the end of the last video. So I can buy a bunch of those, and I will in a second. And then the other guy is going to be like this guy, who just sells, he just sells food and water, okay? Now, he goes off of a different, his, status towards the player is on a different meter. So, if you bribe this guy, which I've already done, I've already bribed him, it doesn't matter, I can do it again. It's not going to do me any good, but, it's only 10 gold. So, if you bribe this guy, you can start buying whatever goods he has. For instance, I'm going to buy a ton of these. This will be the only time you see me doing this. I'm going to buy 99 of these, which is really tedious to watch, but, you know, I'm going to, like, talk while I do this, so, yeah, in theory, that should make it entertaining. Maybe not. Okay, so, you know, and, this is... You can't really sell them for more in this city, but the point is that this guy is on a different, he's on a different system. So, like, for instance, even though I already bribed the other guy, I can still sell blades for 37 gold, which, if you recall, I bought them for 22 in the other town. Now, I am going to go back to that town now to show you, well, I'm going to show you me making a lot of money because I'm going to sell all those coffins that I just bought in the Necromancer's town. But I also wanted to show you something I passed up, which is the guild where you buy Slash's, and he's your knight. You buy Slash's level 2 spells, which you can't use yet, but you're not going to be coming back here for a long time unless you're just doing merchant stuff. Now, you may have just heard some special effects, what have you. Sounded a little gimpy, but I guarantee you, anytime you hear that, if you're playing this game, press B. Just clench your butt cheeks, and I know that's a wonderful image, but just clench and press B. Don't even think, because you do not want to run in, unless you have all your party members at max level, you do not want to run into a random encounter. You never know, but at this point, it'll probably kill you. So, I can sell these caskets, and I'm going to do that right now as much as I can. I think the max of gold you can have is about 14,000. So I can sell these caskets to this guy. I haven't bribed him, so I can still sell to him. I'll keep a few for if I go somewhere else. It's good to keep some of your goods. Actually, I'm going to buy more caskets when I get back to the Necromancer town. But it's good to keep as much as possible of your goods in the form of trade goods instead of money, because a lot of things can happen to you that are not good, and your money will go bye-bye. So it's best to keep trade goods, and as I said, there's a maximum to the amount of money that you have, and you always have to use your money to keep stocked up on food and water, and you will find that that goes rather quickly when you're crossing deserts and traveling by ship, whatnot. So this is the Guild of the Knights of the Holy Order of Separation. Don't know why I said the whole thing. You go in there, you can buy the level 2 spells for your knight, which I already did, so I just wanted to show you that it was there, since I was gonna come back here and show you that you can trade back and forth between the Necromancer's town and the Knight's Town as long as you only bribe the person who sells the specialized trade goods, and then you can always sell to the person who just sells food and water. And that stuff's not that expensive in the first place, so you don't really need to bribe anybody for that. So just make sure that you always leave somebody you can sell to, because they all work individually. So I'm just going to come back here, and I know it's tedious, but I'm just going to... There's going to be a lot of tedious stuff coming up in the next little bit, unfortunately. I'm not going to sell, I'm going to buy more. I want as much as possible in the form of trade goods for the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to walk to the next place we need to go without getting killed, and hopefully I can do that within the space of this video. I don't want to not show you me walking from place to place. Maybe I feel like I kind of need to at the moment. So I want to show you one other feature of this game. If you press Start and B at the same time after you got that map, which we did pretty early on, it'll bring up this overhead map. Now if you see this road, which if you walk on the road, you use 1 food and 1 water per step, and it's significantly more on various terrain. Now there's Phenopolis, that's all the yellow there. And this is a very long road. This is the next place we're going here. That is Speed, I believe. No, that's Perfection, actually. I think that's the Conjurer's City. And then we have to go up through this desert and trace this route over here, and this is Speed, and that is where we will get our next character. So let's go ahead and get started on walking over there. I'm not going to follow the path because the path is kind of... There's too many switchbacks, and it would take a long time, even though it would be very convenient for me to be able to just press the A button and turn my brain off. See, I still have to check on this sometimes, because it's been a while. I used to just be able to find everything automatically, as if, you know, I were in a dungeon crawler, and you sort of memorize the map. I'm going to try to get to the next city before I have to save and restart everything. No, that's not going to happen. Alright, I'm going to save outside of here. This is Phenopolis. And you can buy magic carpets there. They're called Faninis. And they're actually pretty expensive items, so it's a good thing to store in your inventory because that means you have essentially a lot of money. And you can sell them anywhere, and you'll probably make money at the very least, so not a bad thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and save, and we'll call that the end of this video, this Let's Play. Hold on. I'm going to save again, just for continuity's sake. That would have sucked if I'd have let that thing kill me. It would have killed me. Alright, viewer. That's it for this episode.